The next topic I want to talk about is some good news. I know we had good news last week, and I have good news this week. Wow, so much good news. Ben, how did we get so much good news on this show where I'm constantly hearing not good news? Good question, I have no idea. But we do have a bit of good news. So in the NLRB, so the NLRB is the National Labor Relations Board, established by the National Labor Relations Act, and meant to help with unionization and to enforce worker rights. So that organization was looking into Starbucks, specifically concerning their behavior with 2 employees in sunny Philadelphia, where these 2 employees were actively trying to organize their shops for better working conditions. Starbucks allegedly, and I have to say allegedly because many of these companies do not claim wrongdoing when they settle or what have you, but allegedly the company was monitoring the social media accounts of the Starbucks employees who were trying to organize, and when things got a little too tense for Starbucks, they terminated the 2 employees. The employees sued under the National Labor Relations Act, and we have been waiting a very long time for this particular decision. And luckily, we have victory. Starbucks has been reprimanded and will pay fines and fees, probably not enough. But at this point, what do we get from this, right? The first thing we get from it is an obvious victory. Hopefully, there will be more moves to unionize Starbucks, both in Philadelphia and in other places. But more importantly, we've learned that the NLRB will not tolerate certain types of intimidation tactics used by corporations to stop people from unionizing. This includes the types of wanton spying that Starbucks was doing on its employees and on their personal social media pages. So this means that if you are in a situation where you're trying to organize your workplace, or you know someone who's trying to organize their workplace, and the company is spying on them, is threatening to fire them, is intimidating them in any way, that is covered by this particular case, and I highly recommend you read it. It's just a page long on the NLRB's website, nlrb.gov, or just Google NLRB versus Starbucks. You'll be able to find it. If any of these behaviors are going on, essentially you have a leg up. There is a way that you are going to be able to, to fight back against this type of behavior, and you may get a union out of it in the meanwhile. So again, this is really great news. I hope that everyone who's looking to form a union is reading the results of this case, and that Starbucks is seriously reassessing how it's going to treat workers who are trying to unionize. And by the way, the best way to celebrate this news would be to try and organize your workplace. So if you are in a situation where you feel comfortable trying to organize your workplace, or union leadership and want them to try and organize your workplace, definitely do that. This is a great victory for the left and for the labor movement as a whole, and we should take advantage of the momentum that these victories might create to revitalize unionization efforts across the country. Because the truth is, the NLRB doesn't often stay on labor's side, right? It's been sabotaged by presidents who put on pro-corporate stooges on the board. So, when we get victories, and they are not frequent, we really need to make sure that we are using the momentum from victories to create more victories. Too few of this country's workforce is not unionized. The more people who can get unionized, the better. And as is often said on the left, no real major movements happen without the backing of labor power. And in order for labor power to back a movement, there has to be labor power to begin with. And labor power is created at the union level. So go join a union. If you're in a union, thank you for the organizing work that you do. Keep trying to unionize other shops, and hopefully we will have more victories in the future.